Hey guys, here's Louie. So on this video that's called What's Louie's Up To, I'm going to show what I have been doing on the Lovebird. I also ran into some problems with my 1969 Firebird. I was really surprised, but these old cars, let's be honest, you could put them together and have fun with them, but as you use them, you put in wear and tear on them and things happen. I'll share that with you guys in a little bit. And we also gonna take a look at the bird cage. Some things have changed in there. Now, first, we'll be talking about the Lovebird here. So I took this complete week off because on the 18th was my birthday. I'm getting to be an old man and I could feel it, trust me. I used to run through these cars and do a whole bunch of things differently, but I guess the old age is sneaking up on me little by little. But I still have some years in me to get more birds done. On the Lovebird, I had a huge issue here with this door. Okay, and an issue with the quarter panel. I'm going to share pictures. I don't know if I'm going to put it at the beginning or at the end. Most likely it's going to be the end of the video. So on this quarter panel here that was repaired by somebody else in his past life, somebody did a nasty job and it wasn't level with the door. It was actually more low. So I know I did the quarter skin and I saw it, but I said, you know what? I could attack that corner a little later. Let me get the skin on and move forward. So that's what I did. And now it's came to the time of me fixing the upper quarter where that corner matches the door corner. Because at the time I was building Ladybird, I had a whole bunch of projects going on at the house, also at the bird cage. This year, I will never forget as long as I live. It was the most busiest year in my life, okay, with projects on the house, projects at the bird cage. I also was building the Ladybird, and in between doing things for myself, trust me, I worked like crazy. But I figured this out and I fixed it, okay? Wasn't too bad of a fix. The pictures will explain what I did. I basically drew a line, decided where to cut it. There's a brace behind here that also I had to cut for this be able to, this top be able to flex going up. But I welded the brace inside and also all this is welded. I also had to cut the bottom because she was too far out and I moved her more this way so she could match the door. I'm really happy with that door gap. Okay, I had to mess around with the door a little bit to also make it match the rockers. I also had to make shims. I explained that in the last video because this car was hit real hard one time here. So I made some shims and it worked out. If you guys could see how everything is lining up. I mean, this car will look beautiful once it's painted. If you could tell, all the body lines, they actually match. They fall right into place. I love it. Okay, I have a little gap that door in the bottom, this section right here to meet the fender, but I could fill that in with a rod. Not a big problem there. And then at the trunk here, trunk section, I did added the cocktail shakers. Now I was absolutely blessed by my brother Jonathan at Vinyl Village Garage. Go check him out. He's at Vinyl Village Garage. He gave me the 69 cocktail shakers because I was missing it from the Lovebird. The Lovebird came with a whole bunch of parts missing, and little by little, I've been getting the parts. The first thing was a blue 69 Firebird that Jonathan donated to me. If I could finish the Lovebird, and trust me, it have come a long way. So the difference I ran into from 69 to 68 is that, let's call these ears, okay? They are too high up. Maybe because the way the quarter panel is different from a 69. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So I just basically had to cut them down to size and they'll fit. On this side, I had to cut the ears down, okay? And then this leg right here, this mounting leg, she was rotted off. And I got some cardboard, made a template, and there you go. So I still need to clean up the trunk area and detail it, but there's a long ways from that, not right now. So my next goal now for the Lovebird is sand everything you see here off. I'm gonna sand all this off, clean the metal up, shoot it with epoxy primer, okay, and start my body work, getting to very close final body work. All right, those circles you see on the quarter panel are little dings that I found that I need to fix before anything. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there. My goal is to paint this car that yellow color, Maisie something. I forgot the color right now. Sorry, I'm a little tired, but I want to make a video because I haven't made a video in a long time. She's gonna be the original color, how you see that deck lid and the frame of the windshield, and also that fender, driver's side fender. She's gonna go back to the original color. And my goal is for spring of next year, if I can have this car with the body work done and painted. And then from there on, I'll move to interior and stuff like that, because mechanically she's sound. I did everything. I did front suspension, rear suspension. I did everything. Fuel lines, brand new. Brake lines, brand new. Upgrade on the brakes for disc brakes on the front. So she's ready to rock and roll. After the body works get done, spray her down with some color. Get the interior rocking and rolling. And I worry about the top maybe towards the end. So we're going to take a little break now and go to the bird cage to show you guys what's up in the bird cage. I have a mess at the bench because I've been working in here. I actually had the 1969 Firebird parked here for like about 3 days. Well, let me go outside and show you guys the bird cage. Bird cage has lights now. So let me show you guys a little bit. I have these lights, some lights here, and also there's some cleaning up on the bird cage here. I don't need to use my generator anymore for the lift. Because, show them the lift, Rosie. My little girl's recording me tonight. So, anything with the video being a little funny, just give her a break. So, the lift now is operating the way it should. Okay? By electricity. Not the generator like I was using. But, I love it. She's working excellent. Absolutely beautiful, okay? I absolutely love it. This Firebird over here that I did an assessment video on, the one that's up on the lift, will be going to the house garage really soon. I mean, a matter of days. It should be at the house garage because I'm going to show you guys how to make one of these first gen F-body cars be mechanically sound. I also cleaned this car over here. Step back a little if you can. Because I had a whole bunch of a big mess here. I mean, I've been doing the project build of the bird cage and all that. So I cleaned it up. This car, believe it or not, when I end up building this car, I'm thinking about building it. I'm thinking it's also a part of me. I want to kind of want to get rid of it, but I know myself. If I end up fixing it, I'm gonna keep it. So if it's still here and nobody takes it from me, I'm gonna build it. And my goal with this car is I want to make it into just like I did Ladybird with the satin blue. Okay, that satin blue finish, matte blue finish, exactly how Ladybird looked, because I believe that Ladybird looked excellent. I mean, it's one of my favorite convertibles, and not because I put the car together, but just the way that car looks is killer. Believe me, a lot of people saw the car in person, and the car looks 10 times better in person. But I will paint it that satin blue, all right, and chrome out anything that was chrome and stainless back in 1968. Shall go back 1968 with the chrome, okay? And I have Pontiac engines in the house garage. My shed have a couple of options on transmissions. So as the drivetrain, I have it. I've been also collecting some parts that I did not have in my collection. Believe it or not, L&L Pontiac sometimes don't have what I need to have, but I've been collecting a lot of things for it, all right? So I technically have everything that I need for this car. I picked up, this car came with no parts at all, zero, just what you see. No nose. This nose, I just put it to make the car look more like a car. But actually this sheet metal is no good. This sheet metal is only good for if I need like pieces out of it. But this was the fenders that Ladybird got damaged on the highway coming to me. The hood blew up, and with the wind it blew up, and it kinked the fenders this way. There's a big dent here and over there too. So I only gonna use this sheet metal for sections to finish building like another car. But I do have a whole bunch of 400 hoods, that this car will have a 400 hood, even though most likely she will not have a 400 under the hood. She might have a Pontiac 350, but I'm gonna keep it Pontiac because that's just the way I like them. Try to keep it as Pontiac as I possibly can. I have fenders, I have a front bumper for it with all the brackets for the headlights and grills and blah blah blah. Everything. I have all the seats now, the bucket seats, the rear seats. I have all the wiring to finish the car, okay? And I believe I even have the glass. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe so, because up in my house attic, I also have more parts there. Anyway, I made myself a bench. Let's walk over here, Rosie. So I tried, right here. So I tried to organize as best as I can some of the parts that I have here. I also have parts over there in totes. Okay, wiring harnesses and brackets and shifters and all this mess. Okay, and I also have a whole bunch of parts, believe it or not, inside this car. I'm a hoarder, guys, a Pontiac hoarder. But all these parts just make sense if I could keep on building these cars and sending them out the door to see the road, right? So I spend a lot of time organizing the garage to the best of my ability for now. I'm pretty sure I would change something in the future. I also picked up at the marketplace, Facebook Marketplace, a toolbox here, another toolbox over there. Okay, this toolbox, that toolbox, and I build myself. So like I was saying, I built a bench. Which gearhead don't need a bench? Everybody needs a bench. So I built myself a bench. I just recycled the wood that was from an old closet I had in the garage. I actually bought the house with a closet. The guy used to be like a Harley guy. He used to hang up his bike jackets in there. So I took it apart and I made myself this bench. All right, really strong. And the top is metal. All right, because I figure with the metal, once it gets greasy and stuff like that, I could just wipe it nice and clean. And I was saying that the only stuff about having two garages is that the tools. So little by little, I'm trying to fill up the toolbox I just showed you guys here at the birdcage. And I'm also trying to, watch costs, of course. So by watching costs, I will be buying my tools at Harvest Freight, garage sales, things like that. All right. Even eBay, I go for the vintage stuff. I'm a huge fan of Black Hawk tools, the old school Black Hawk, also the old school Craftsman. And when I mean old school because I believe it was 2010, somewhere around there, I read that Craftsman was not made anymore from that point on in the U.S. It's sold in the U.S., but not made in the U.S. So not an easy thing, to do. Fill up another garage with tools. I have the birdcage because I like to keep a nice place for the cars that are done. Okay, for the cars that are done, and once the car look like that, but then it looks like this at the end, I want to have them in a nice place. Okay, not a place that gets grinder cut up with grinder and sparks flying all over the place. I don't want these cars around that. But I will do some mechanical work here, especially I have the lift now. And like I said, little by little, the bird cage is really getting there, guys. I really have come a long way. Now I have lights. Now I have electricity. So I still need to get a couple of outlets put in here. Okay. I might buy 2 more lights because I need more lighting in this section here. All right, where I'm going to be working at on the bench. But so far, so good. I'm happy. And this whole idea, I'm going to break it down real quick. So I got the garage about a year ago, last May. And concrete work for a size garage like this, 32 wide by 40 long. They was charging me almost $8,000. Okay. Almost there at $8,000. Fast forward to this year, it's almost $11,000. Guys, sometimes you need to just think, stop, and rewind, and think like, where should I put the money at, right? Money don't grow on tree, and I have to work very hard for my money. So I have more projects done to the house, and I said, no, the money will go there. And I try to find a way how to do it out here in the birdcage. So I got the idea of the wooden floor. Okay, this treated wood under the slab of wood you see here, the plywood. Okay, it's treated wood, and underneath the treated wood is 2B stone. Okay, really strong. Me and my buddy framed out the whole floor, and trust me, it was a lot of work. Okay, but well worth it. I got to save the money. I didn't go with concrete, but there is concrete under the lift. Okay, and that's where I felt like, of course, I want a lift, I need concrete. So I put concrete at that section where the lift is, and the rest, I'm keeping it like this for now. Listen, in the future, I ever want to pour concrete, let's say section by section until I'm done, I can, because the bottom is already all framed out. All right, and I would just pour the concrete until it matches flush with the concrete that's under the lift. But as for now, I'm going to use the garage like this. I am happy. It's much better than stepping on stones. Okay, I saved a lot of money doing it myself. Being blessed, having friends, good friends that you could count on. And this project, let me tell you something, was a dream come true for me. It was a huge dream come true because I never thought I would have this in my life. You know, sometimes you grow up and you see the rich guys, you know, the guys with the big bucks having something like this. And I ain't no rich guy. I'm a hardworking guy and I don't give up for nobody. And I'm a dreamer. And guys' dreams do come true. You just got to work hard towards it. And on that note, I want to give a special thanks to a couple of buddies of mine, and you know who you are out there, for helping me make my dream come true of having my own bird cage. All right, from the guys that helped me dig out stone here to pour the concrete, guys that helped me with all the framing of the wood out here, and guys that helped me put the electricity out here on the bird cage, which I know I have it for a couple of days now, but I still can't believe it. So, like I said, if you keep your hands dirty, I promise you, your project will move forward. I'm going to go now to the 69 Firebird. The other day, I went to go turn on the Firebird, the 69, and I ran into an issue. She was cranking, but she wouldn't go. She wouldn't go, and I took her into the house garage. I had a buddy of mine help me go take her down to the house garage, and I think me and him spent, I think, a day or day and a half on the car. You know, we both work, so when we have time, we get together and we start messing around with the cars and stuff like that. Anyway, we figure, I took out the distributor and I saw that there was a wire, which is a ground wire, because of the heat. It was just all, I don't know, like dry, and it broke off. So then after that, I ran into another issue. I had no spark, and I went back and forth until I said, you know what, let me take this out. Let me fix it. I fixed it. Went through a couple other things, and I took out a brand new distributor, threw it in there until I was fixing the other one. The other one, once I finished fixing it, I'll put it on the Lovebird just to see that everything is working correctly. But believe it or not, so I built this 69 Firebird about 6 years now, going on 7 next year. And listen, let's be honest, I'm not the Louis that I am today. I wasn't 6 years ago. I could build the cars a whole lot better, okay? And my skills from mechanic, from metal, from body, from painting, from wiring, is nothing like 6 years ago. I'm much better today, and I just hope I keep getting better. That's the goal. The more you do it, the better you get. So guess what Louis did for like 2 days? This car took my whole week. Today's Friday. I took out the wiring harness off the 69 Firebird, and I went through it. And when I saw something I did not like, I replaced it. So I went through the whole thing, and she's good. I drove her a little bit this afternoon, so I'm really happy. Well worth it. And hey, like Jonathan told me, sometimes you need a kick in the butt to keep you sharp, and boy was he right. So, like I said, I'm not done with the bird cage. There's still things to strain out here, electrical wise. I'm gonna also do a man door here. That'll probably be for the spring. But guys, little by little, it's coming along. I'm really happy. Hopefully I get some walls put up, some insulation. And I believe somebody out there even has a furnace for me to put in here. I also want to give thanks to all you guys out there on YouTube, guys that I know personally, like my buddy Al from Keeping It Simple Garage. Al, thank you for sorting out all the issues and helping me with my lift. I called Al a couple of times on the phone when I was putting this thing together to work. And let me tell you something, what a blessing, because he has a 4-post lift and he walked me through it and everything is functioning nice. Well, guys, like I always say, keep your hands dirty and your project will move forward. Take care now. Bye-bye.